Good morning, everybody. The Germ here. It is 9 o'clock in the morning. On the way to work this morning, and I was thinking about it. Back in August, end of August, I was going on vacation to Wildwood, and you guys have not seen those videos at this point, so you get to look forward to those because I know a lot of you guys like Wildwood videos. I looked at a Jeep Gladiator, and people are probably like, Whatever happened with that thing? Did you get it? Some people are like, yeah, get that. No, that's the ugliest thing ever. I always wanted a Jeep. I always wanted a Gladiator. I thought it would be some fun adventures. It would make for some fun adventures in the summertime. You know, we could go to different things like they do a Jeeps on the beach thing in Wildwood. I just made up that name, but something like that actually sounds pretty good. I figured maybe we'd go to Tennessee and do some off-roading and stuff. I thought that would be kind of cool. Well, it's gone. So here's what happened with that Jeep. So if you guys watch that video or other videos, or maybe you missed that video and you don't know, I'm in the car business, and I work for a company called Stellantis. Stellantis was formerly FCA, which was formerly Daimler Chrysler. If they're not in that order, forgive me. It has gotten really slow at work. It is scary. I have not seen it this slow in the car industry since I worked for Saturn. At the very end of Saturn, when we were going through the recession, and they announced Saturn, Pontiac, Hummer, and Saab were no longer being a brand, we stopped getting cars. Obviously, we had no vehicles to sell, and when something like a car is discontinued, people don't want to buy it. Well, Stellantis is not going through that right now, but they have raised all the prices of the cars over the last year so ridiculously that I think it is stopping buyers from buying the vehicles. I mean, there are some vehicles that are $10,000 more than they were a year and a half ago, compared to now. Like my truck that I have back in 2017, now that was a while ago, that was $57,000. That same truck, an equivalent to it, is about $81,000. That's insane. I wouldn't buy that. So here's what happened. So August was a really slow month. We blame it kind of on the fair because the fair is nearby and it does take up a lot of business. The economy is not the greatest, and also there's a presidential election. Anytime there's a presidential election and there's going to be a change in the presidency, it definitely seems to slow things down in the car business. People seem unsure and don't want to make big purchases as to automobiles. And then the other thing is interest rates. Interest rates are like at an all-time high. They've been high for a while. The Fed actually, as of this video, they're meeting today and tomorrow, which will be a month from now for you guys to see this video. They're supposedly going to be lowering the rates. We think 1/4 to 0.5%. So that will be a good positive thing to help relieve some monthly payment for consumers. But because it was so slow, I work at a dealership that before COVID, we would sell, it's a very small dealership, we would sell about 75 cars a month. I previously worked at a car that did 125 to 150. I like it here. It's comfortable, it's good. It's a good company to work for, but the volume is definitely less. So we went from 75 cars down to about 50, down to about 40. And last month was the worst I ever had, was like 30. And that doesn't cut it to pay the bills. So adding another vehicle at that point is not a good idea. So I decided to go ahead and pass on buying the Jeep Gladiator, and that's it. And it sucks because I really wanted this one. It was really low mileage, 11,000 miles. You never see that. It was a lease return, and that was pretty crazy. So I have to say it was definitely a very difficult, very tough decision. I actually feel bad because while I was on vacation, you know, me and the sales manager were talking, and I was like, yes, I want the vehicle, just buy the vehicle as a lease return. And he didn't want it because it was like an oddball vehicle, no leather seats, no HID headlights, smaller screen on the inside, so it was a weird build, but it only had 11,000 miles on it. I was like, oh, it's perfect for me. You know, it was going to be a third car. And, you know, eventually, I think what's going to happen, my daughter's driving, and she'll eventually probably get this car, which is really scary. And that will be my primary vehicle. So I was like, all right, that's how I was justifying it. But with business being so low and volume being down, I just did not think it was a good idea to take on another expense And, you know, I didn't want to go more than 5.5 years. And the payment on that, even on something like that, was like $700 a month. That's with like perfect credit. It's like $700 a month. And, you know, I hate to tell you guys, but like that's the average payment that I'm seeing in my brain. It's like $700 to $1,000. It's crazy. It's insane. So, you know, sometimes you gotta let things go. Hopefully I get another opportunity. Maybe it wasn't meant to be. You know, I really wanted something with a stick. So, you know what? Maybe we'll come back to it. Yeah, my perfect build, that was not the exact color I wanted, but I didn't mind the color. The green was pretty cool. My color is really white, and on the opposite end of that, they don't make it anymore, but they had an orange one, and orange looked, I thought, really cool on that vehicle. So orange would have been cool too, but I want a stick. I don't want leather, believe it or not. I don't think leather belongs in Gladiators and Wranglers. It's just, you know, you take off that top and that leather is going to heat up. So the cloth was okay. The bigger screen would be nice. A standard transmission would be really nice. I know I'm one of the few that really want a standard transmission. But yeah, those are kind of the features that I would like to have in my Gladiator. And my vision isn't, you know, I wear glasses, you know, isn't as well as good as it used to be. So I would like also the HID headlights and steel bumpers, and that's pretty much, and a bed liner. You gotta, if you're gonna get a truck, any kind of truck, you gotta get a bed liner. But other than that, that's, I think, every feature that I wanted. It was pretty close to fitting what I wanted. Oh, and I keep doing this, and a matching top. I like it with the matching top. So that's pretty much everything that I wanted in the vehicle. And it was a pretty close fit. You know, and I'm flexible. You know, it doesn't have to be a stick, but that's just my preference. I thought it would be fun to drive because, you know what, less and less vehicles are coming in standard transmission. So I figured it might be one last opportunity to get something in a stick. It'd be kind of fun. And, you know, eventually, you know what, maybe a couple years from now we'll come back to it, or, you know what, maybe another one will come in on trade-in. But you know what I was saying? I felt bad because the sales manager, I told him I wanted it, and then I think it was the last day or two of vacation, I texted him and I said, hey man, I don't want that, I can't do that Jeep, man, it's just too much, you know, with how volume has been. And he had already paid it off, which I felt really, really bad for. But this is the crazy part. Yesterday, and it's like the middle of September right now, yesterday got picked up. So someone purchased it, very happy with it. We made a tiny bit of money on it. I think we made $1,000 on it, that's it. There wasn't a lot of room in it. But the guy who bought it, this was crazy. Really, really nice guy. I was happy that he bought it. When I told him that I was gonna buy it originally, and that's what reason why I was on her lot, he's like, I'm really sorry that, you know, I was like, no, it's good, dude. I was like, I just decided that it wasn't in the budget right now. I had gone to his yard sale previously and bought some video games from him. So it was kind of funny. He remembered me right away. He's like, oh, it's you. I was like, yeah, man, what's going on? How are you? So I went to his yard sale and bought some video games. So it was kind of cool seeing somebody who you met before and you actually liked get a vehicle that you wanted. So I'm happy he got it because it did seem like a real good vehicle, and it stayed local. And he said, listen, if I don't pay for it, you can come get it. I said, I'm gonna come get it on the weekends anyway. But yeah, it's gone, it's sold, and I hope he enjoys it, and hopefully this comes back around and we get an opportunity again to buy something like that. But yeah, so I just want to give you guys a story on what happened with the Jeep, and that's the story. And yeah, I'm gonna go to work. I'll see you guys in the next video. Thanks for watching.